trouble over in the Philippines. And at first it really just seemed like the latest idiot who travels abroad documenting their crimes for the world to see, really believing he is truly invincible.
Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Is that okay or no? They won't recognize me.
Oh shit, pole zubové hnos.
They're gonna call more security with that one.
I have a question for you. I'm the new general in town, mother.
Even when he went to the police station, and especially at his public press announcement, he was still openly mocking their people, and basically he made it seem like the entire situation was an absolute joke to him, laughing and taking the time to
Môj názor na túto celú vec. Môžem sa myliť, I don't care. Nič sa mu nestane. Všetko sú to len clickbaity, farmenie views, vytváranie nejakých tých väčších a väčších headlinov, ako on je v piči. Spravil zlé vety, ale nie natoľko, aby bol naozaj 10-20 rokov in prison. Naozaj chápem, že ich krajina nemá rada tieto záležitosti a sú veľmi slušní a tieto záležitosti sú brané tam vážne. Je to fajn o tom hovoriť, ale neverím, neverím, že ho royálne pojebú, prosím pekne. Bolo by to fajn, bolo by to super, ale ja si myslím, že žijeme proste ako v dobe, kde každý to dáva do thumbnailov, prosím pekne. Aj tu máte jeden. Proste ako čo tu na mňa vyskakuje, it's over for Vitaly. A osobne si myslím, že to je strašne zveličené pre naše médiá, proste ako nakoniec ho fakt len pustia.
to make faces for the camera. But quickly, Vitaly would face the wrath of the Philippines government, their president Bongbong Marcos, and the Secretary of Government John Vic Romulo. While he awaits his trial, Vitaly has been thrown in their immigration detention center, and we've already discussed how vile and disgusting these living conditions are, with men stacked up on each other at all times due to overcrowding, rats and other vermin running around 24/7, no access to showers or air conditioning, limited access to food, and absolutely no medical attention while this entire place looks absolutely vile.
Shut up, Chad. Stop scaring my mom. I'm not going to jail. I'm literally gonna have fun, talk to girls, eat some ice cream. I'm not doing anything fucking... Mom, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just hyping up with the Chad. Let me just walk around. I'm literally gonna talk to girls, talk to strangers. I'm not gonna mess with the cops. Fucking calm them down. You need a fucking chill pill, bro. Always trying to...
Fuck around and find out. Ty nechceš, aby ho pustili? Vieš čo? Ono sa tomu hovorí, že nuisance IRL streamer. On si začal vlastne už donato, kde si proste ako dovoloval driftovať po Bratislave a zobral kameru a strčil do babe proste ako pomaly 5 cm od zadku, ale pritom to nebola ani baba, čo by tam s ňou bol nejaké mladé dievča v rade, proste pekne v McDonalde. Proste, to je humus, to je hnus. A dovolovalo si to strašne veľa streamerov aj na Kiku, hneď ako teraz proste ako pred rokom sem prešli a podobné veci a toto treba proste dať veľký stop tomu celému nejakou scare politikou. Už niekto potrebuje byť masívne potrestaný za takúže drobnosť, aby sa trošičku reality checkli tí chlapci, pretože pekne čo to robia tiež, alebo chcú to robiť tiež. Takže ja som za to, aby Vitaly šiel do kokotu. Vitalyho ja poznám veľmi dobre. Ja som videl jeho video z Black Diamond, nie Diamond Kitty, prosím pekne v Bankbase, kde sa mu nepostavil kokot. To bolo ešte predtým, než začal robiť YouTube. A chalanisko už ide cez čiaru všade. Niekoľkokrát vybehol proste ako na štadión proste ako futbalu. Myslím, že v ženskej basketbalovej nejakej lige niečo pripravoval a kopu ďalších týchto virálnych stantov, kde proste ako on ide neriskovať proste ako že virál, ale kde on ide riskovať podmienku alebo proste pekne iné narúšanie proste eventov. Takže mal by byť potrestaný ako dobrý, prosím pekne, príklad pre to, čo nenasledovať a čo nerobiť z hľadiska streamovania sociálnych médií, proste ako pre views. A on už bol 5 sekúnd od väzenia, prosím pekne, s tou ženou, ktorú on svetovaný dobil nejakú ženu, proste, ktorá si šla len zabehať. Takže to už není ani také, že dajme mu druhú šancu, on už mal druhú šancu, prosím pekne, zlomme toho pičusa.
Several clips to show you guys today from Vitaly's last stream before he got detained. This was actually the day after he did all that bullshit out in public, and just watching this stream back, it's very clear to me that he was extremely paranoid. His mom was very worried about him being arrested, and he was also clearly intoxicated or under the influence of some other substance running around the streets, while also still harassing people despite apparently trying to be on his best behavior.
I know, but let's just walk around and have fun. I'm not gonna fuck around with anybody for now. We'll see how long it lasts. The shots are kicking in. I came to this country and somebody told me to take this rhino pill. You know rhino?
No
idea. It's like a pill.
Okay.
So I took it and my pee-pee won't go down. What do I do? Okay.
Release yourself, mate.
Do you think your wife can help me? No? Okay, I'm so sorry.
Air conditioning, eh? Can I make love to you? Sexy time? Kiss, kiss, LOL.
I'm in a new country and my mom is scared for me. She says I'm gonna go to jail. Do I look like I will go to jail?
Reálne, predstavte si, že nám toto spraví nejaký amík, proste ako na Slovensku. Zopár BMWčiek by tam pull-uplo, proste ako chlapec by streamoval svoju smrť.
Thank you. But can I ask you a serious question? Can I have your number?
No, sir.
Okay, next time. When you're 04, got you.
Now, after over 7 weeks of living in these conditions, we have several updates on the state of Vitaly's mind, as well as where and when this case will be moving forward. And let me just tell you guys right off the bat, it's not looking good for this guy. Now, a lot of this information is coming from the Philippine media company GMA Integrated News. They often are the ones to have access to quotes from the president and other people involved in handling this situation.
Áno, to dobre počujete. Prezident mu prehrávali, natáčali s ním video, prosím pekne, ktoré bolo posunuté na sociálne sieťach, kde on reagoval na to, ako sa Vitaly správal v jeho krajine. Prezidentová reakcia, reakčný content prezidenta. Čo ti jebe to, čo sú za slová, čo vychádzajú z mojich úst?
That's where this guy Romula comes in to say that Vitaly actually wrote him a letter begging for his freedom. This news anchor comes on and explains that in his note, Vitaly claims he is developing mental health issues during his time at the detention center. You know, I guess waking up to rats in your face and the smell of piss in the corner piling up will do that to a man. No. But honestly, this is an Asian country, dude. They do not want to hear about your mental health issues. I mean, honestly, that's the exact lesson that they wanted to teach his ass, like this is not a game.
Ďalšia vtipná vec, čo sa stala v tejto záležitosti. On žije v Amerike, ale oni sú ruská rodina. Ešte aj Rusko ho droplo. Rusko sa normálne, oficiálne vyjadrilo ku tejto záležitosti, že s ním nechcú mať nič spoločné. Keď ešte aj Rusi dropnú, ty kokot.
It's also very ironic because Vitaly is likely the type of person to clown on someone for saying they have depression or anxiety, but now he wants to use it as his scapegoat to freedom.
It's game over, brother. I'm gonna go get arrested. That's the real. Yes, I am. Nope, mission's not completed if I'm not arrested. I love you guys.
On the other hand, Romula describes Vitaly as an undesirable alien who overstepped his boundaries out in public.
Na he's suffering from mental health issues daw.
Issues? Ano yung pakiusap niya?
Na kung pwede drop na yung mga kaso, na hingi siya ng patawad.
Yeah, so basically this guy does not give a fuck about any of that. He basically said, "Oh, you poor little piss baby." And I'm just gonna go out on a limb and guess that as Vitaly lays his head on the stomach of a shirtless Asian man, while bugs are flying around his face and he has withdrawals from not being on steroids and other drugs he was likely abusing, he really wishes that he hadn't acted like such an asshole to this guy Romula's face over and over again. I mean, y'all know that Romula saw that shit on playback and thought, "Oh, you think you're better than us? You think this shit is a joke or the Philippines ought to be fucked with? Well, I'm gonna make sure to really fuck you up now. I'm gonna make it my personal mission." And so he's saying, fuck the mental health, these actions will not be overlooked, and that Vitaly will be facing 3 charges soon, all for unjust fixation, which is essentially like a disturbing the peace charge, with the key caveat being that this is a crime that occurred without violence. It does seem like the ones pressing these charges are the 2 security guards who he was messing around with, stealing their bikes, their hats, and trying to make a mockery of these men. Now,
on údajne sa snažil ukradnúť niekomu zbraň. To je tiež jedna z tých vážnejších obvinení. A on tam je určitý koncept, ktorý bol vysvetlený, že losing face. Tam aj keď zvyšuješ na niekoho hlas, proste ako v obchode, a donútiš ho stratiť proste ako tak byť smutný, proste zničíš mu náladu, u nich je to, že vraj v kultúre veľmi silne chápaná vec, proste ako zla, že si spravil. A to vysvetľoval konkrétne taký týpek, proste ako, ktorý má manželku Filipínku. Ale on je americký vojak, proste ako, a že na niekoho nakričal v obchode a ona ho začala brať bokom, vysvetľovala, že to nemôžeš a vonku mu vysvetlila, že hej nie, oni by ťa normálne jebli do väzenia, proste ty nemôžeš verejne ponižovať proste ľudí, ktorí pracujú, prosím pekne. Lebo tam je ten koncept losing face, že vraj. Neviem, čo je na tom pravdy, ale hej, proste ako, že vraj u nich je toto naozaj, že big deal.
The rumor was that after he got detained, Vitaly actually tried to buy these guys off in the form of a financial settlement for them to drop these charges, but they apparently held strong and wanted to see this man convicted. After all, despite what some of these influencers might think, you can't just always throw money at your problems and expect them to go away. I really do believe that some of these guys think that because they hand out money on camera, they can do whatever they want.
I will call the police, and I'll show what I did for the country. How much I donated to the poor, what I did in the hood. Call the police. I'm not even gonna get into that, bro. I'm not, bro. It's insane. Praying for people, freaking donating to the kids. It's never good enough for anybody, bro. I swear, bro, I need to make my own fucking YouTube kick.
But sometimes it really is about the principle of what you did to someone, and in this case they want to set the...
Čo ste teraz počuli tú reakciu z jeho strany? Bola reakcia na to, že mu Kik moderačný tým prišiel a napísal, že to, čo robíš, už je moc. Mal by si s tým prestať? A on začal takto sa vyhovárať, pretože koľko on dobrého spravil a o tom nehovoríte a teraz mi tu idete hovoriť, pretože mám prestať a bla bla bla. Úplný degeš.
The example that their country is not to be fucked with.
Batay sa resolusyon ng prosecutor's office ng Taguig, merong sapat na ebidensya para magkaroon ng reasonable certainty of conviction para sa krimeng unjust vexation.
If I end up in jail,
To znelo ako každý indický tutoriál, prosím pekne, pre C++. Slova, ktorým nerozumieš, potom niečo, čomu rozumieš a potom pokračujú ďalej.
you know where to find me. If I don't respond to your text, I'm going ballistic right now by myself. So
Now something else he notes here is that they did recently drop those theft charges. I'm not sure if these stemmed from the incident where he got on the cop's bike and kind of drove away, or maybe when he tried to steal those fans or that mask from that store. But they did indeed drop that charge. Though it does look like they are certain of the public disturbance, so they want to hit him with those 3 charges of that unjust vexation. Which is actually pretty good news for Vitaly in the end. I really thought that they were going to throw the book at him.
The civil trial, I think it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal.
V slovách toho Inda som počul slovo ditcher a to znamená, že nikto ma nechce.
It'll maybe last 2 to 3 years. Then the minimum charge I think will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
But here is the part where it really looks like Vitaly is fucked. Because even though he would likely only spend 1 to 4 years behind bars for these 3 charges, when he actually gets out, there is literally nowhere for him to go, because he was a green card holder here in America, and was also still a citizen of Russia where he is from. But now representatives from the Philippines have been calling around, and neither America nor Russia is choosing to accept him in the event that he does get deported. Russia, his homeland, has literally said they have disowned Vitaly, with their officials emphasizing that they are in favor of him facing justice and consequences for his actions, even warning their people that when they travel abroad, they need to respect the local cultures and their laws. Clearly not wanting some sort of blanket punishment for the actions of one imbecile, especially one who has essentially disavowed his own home country in favor of America, who has also said at this point that Vitaly is not their problem. Obviously, right now, there are not nearly as many people coming into this country, and with the whole immigration situation, they likely look at Vitaly like he fucked up his golden ticket. And let me just tell you guys, the Philippine prison where he is likely going to be heading pretty soon is even worse than where he is currently at. These prisons are described as overcrowded and unsanitary. Every night you sleep body to body with a stranger.
Čo ti jebe? Toto je nejaká časť niekde sveta. Dobre? A potom tu máš Jožka Peťka, ktorý rieši problémy, či sa dneska ráno zobudil ako she-her, alebo they them, alebo it in.
And for example, if a facility was designed to house 1,000 prisoners, they would try and squeeze 5,000 people into that space. This overcrowding obviously leads to a lot of illness, disease, and in some cases even death.
a struggle for survival begins, a struggle for space, for air to breathe. There is no access to food or water. The prisoners must persevere in one of the most overcrowded jails in the world.
Now, we don't know exactly when this guy will be sentenced or what prison he will be going to, but like I said, this guy Romula really seems like he has made it his personal mission to see that they make an example out of Vitaly. So I really would not be surprised if he ends up in one of the worst places they have to offer. And you guys also have to keep in mind that this clown already skated much worse charges here in America, so maybe this is really just bad karma finally catching up to him. But I still think the most interesting thing to see will be when he actually gets out, where he will go. Because obviously no one wants his ass back in their country, and they're not going to waste their resources to do so. But I do want to know what you guys think about this Vitaly update down below.
Takže hej, no, Vitaly celá záležitosť, hej, oveľa horšie veci v Amerike. On normálne sfetovaný napadol nejakú ženu a začal ju byť, prosím pekne, ona sa bála o život, on jej musel zaplatiť nejakých $150,000, bol broke ako kokot, začal znovu streamovať nejako cez ľudí, Kik, proste ako a iných influencerov sa mu podarilo konečne zarobiť nejaké peniaze, vyplatiť tú ženu, teraz začal proste ako túto Kikovú časť, proste, že ideme robiť content, proste začal chytať tých predátorov, prosím pekne, a z toho potom začal robiť zase kokotiny takéhoto štýlu, proste ako takéto pranky, proste ako, lebo to je jeho YouTube história, proste ako vlastne, a jeho kanál, bol vlastne jeden z tých shit prank channelov, prosím pekne, back in the day, a hej, to je dneska, prosím pekne, kam to teda viedlo, no, takže Diamond Kitty sa volá žena, ktorá s ním sedela v bankbase a s jeho kamarátom. Nepostavil sa mu kokot, prosím pekne, keby ste hľadali to video, prosím pekne. Nemáte si moc čo pozrieť, prosím, ako tam sedel a žmolil, pričom jeho kamarát prosím, ako ju tam klátil. To bol 2010 veľký škandál, lebo on sa vlastne stal youtuberom a potom na neho vytiahli, že hej, však ty si bol tu v tomto porne. Takže funny. No, toľko na Vitalyho. Dúfam, že tam zhnie, lebo naozaj to bude dobré pre tie ďalšie generácie mladých deciek, ktoré budú chápať, že neviem, môžeš byť neslušný na internete, ale byť neslušný na verejnosti voči iným ľuďom, prosím pekne, tu halo, veci majú niekde nejaké hranice a potom ako sú tam nejaké príbehy odstrašujúceho charakteru. Toto by mohol byť jeden z nich a Johnny Somali ako ten druhý. Takže hej, Johnny Somali pre hlúpych ľudí a Vitaly pre naegovaných steroid userov. Takže yes.